What's going on, guys? Meteorologist Jonathan Kegges back with you on a Monday night, and it is all about the chill. We alluded to this last week. We certainly talked about it in our long range segment last Monday that we have some cold coming in, and this cold might be sticking around a little bit. I think this is going to be an extended cold snap, especially for Florida standards, and you'll see that coming up, I think, really from this Thursday, all the way up until at least next Tuesday. So that's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I think it's like a 5 to maybe 6 day round of cold coming in, where we typically have it for maybe 48, 72 hours max. So there's going to be a couple of rounds of chill. And it really started, well, if you add today's in there, then I guess you can send it out to 9. It will start to warm up. We're coming at you live tonight from the News on News 6 Plus, from the Digital Weather Center this evening, and also on the News 6 YouTube page. Starting off first, a little warmer tomorrow. So we are going to get a little bit of a warm up from where we were today, tomorrow morning, and especially into the afternoon. That holds for one day and for one day only, because by Wednesday we start to increase rain chances. That continues into Thursday a little bit, and it's on Thursday, not only we're talking about scattered showers in the mix, but also the cold coming in, and it might be one of those days where we're talking about our high temperature occurring in the morning or very early in the afternoon, and then that blast of cold really starting to rush back into Central Florida once again. So we're going to get all into that. What's going on, Elizabeth, Melissa, Jody? Good to see you tonight. Golfing Ferdy, good to see you as well, my friend. All right, post in the comments if you have any questions, and we're going to get to it. Here is cold front number 1. That pushed off of into South Florida, into now it's back towards Bermuda. The cooler, drier air blasting in behind it. I still think we're going to keep a few clouds. As you see, we do have some clouds streaming in from the Gulf. That's going to continue to work its way over tonight. So I don't think we completely clear things out overnight. I think we'll keep partly cloudy skies in the mix as we get into tomorrow. We're going to go way up north now. And here is the system working south of the Hudson Bay. This is the weather system that is going to unleash the Arctic to Central Florida. And I'm not being hypey when I say that. The air mass is straight up coming from the Arctic Circle as we get into the day on Friday. When you wake up, that's what it's going to be like. We're talking 20s and 30s across Central Florida. That's without the wind. It will still be very, very breezy as that front plows through again. This should be the coldest air of the season that we felt. For perspective, we've gotten down into the upper 20s northwest of I-4. We've gotten down into the mid-30s in Orlando, and we might be able to make a run for a couple of notches even colder than that. It's going to be cold, and it's going to be cold for a while. I think some of us, like northwest of I-4, are going to be on pipe watch. I think we might start getting into this section where we might have to start worrying about freezing pipes. It's going to be that kind of cold on exposed lines. So we're going to get into that as we get closer to the actual event. 43 in Tallahassee. We're at 41 degrees in Pensacola. Jacksonville's at 51. Orlando's at 55. It is still very nice in Fort Myers and Miami. And in Key West, it's in the low to mid 70s. West Palm, we are in the low to mid 70s. That front still kind of trying to push through, although most of it really washing out as it moves, as it kind of washes out towards Lake Okeechobee. The next one, if I have anybody tuning in from South Florida, you're not going to be as lucky if you don't like the cold, because it is all going to blast in. It's still a touch breezy out there as well. We have the wind gusts. It's not anything too crazy, to be honest with you, about 10 to 15 miles an hour. It's just because it's that cold and dry wind that we have out there that it's making it feel a little bit cooler than it actually is. Tomorrow, we should see the wind back off a little bit. It's still going to be breezy in the morning, and then it's going to tail off as we work into the evening. So we're going to try to get that breeze out of here gradually, but it's going to come back in a big way Wednesday into Thursday. So it's not like we're taking a big break at all. It should be warmer tomorrow, though, like much warmer tomorrow when compared to today. So here are the temperatures tomorrow morning. We're in the mid 30s in Tallahassee. We're at 37 in Pensacola, 47 in Jacksonville. It's still chilly. It's still cold in Orlando. Um, but we're in the mid 50s. I mean, it's chilly out there now. That's kind of what it is. I mean, it's going to be chilly tomorrow morning. It's going to be warmer though than what we woke up to this morning, if that makes sense. Highs tomorrow going to get back into the 70s. If you're taking a trip to St. Petersburg tomorrow into Thursday, gosh, it's everything kind of, because Thursday's the front's going to slide through. Thursday the front is coming through. There could be rain tomorrow on Wednesday, rain on Thursday, and then it's going to be really cold by Friday morning. I have temperatures in the 60s, falling into the 50s on Thursday. So there's Wednesday for you. Tampa, St. Pete area, same deal as right here in Central Florida, mid to upper 60s. We're in the lower 60s across the Panhandle, and then still hanging around 80 in Miami. That is going to be the deal for the chill that is coming. Coming up on the other side of the break, I'm going to highlight the timing of the front, the rain chances, and the colder air. We're going to talk about how cold it gets on the other side of the break, coming up in just about 3 minutes. Good evening, guys. Temperatures are on the chilly side tonight. It's going to be cool overnight, but it's not going to be as cold. That's the thing. So it's certainly jacket-worthy weather, if I can talk this evening. But it is also going to be a little bit warmer in comparison to today. This is going to feel like a heat wave compared to what is coming. So let's look at the board. Really, the only spots escaping this chill as we speak are in extreme South Florida, really south of Orlando. Miami's at 70 now, Phoenix is at 65. There's really not a ton of super cold air across the country right now. I mean, it's chilly in the north, of course, but 37 in Minneapolis at 9:40 at night Eastern time is pretty warm for them. Same in Pittsburgh, same in Portland. Seattle's at 50. I mean, all things considered, they're doing all right tonight for the middle of winter. That is going to change in a gigantic way as we come into Thursday and especially Friday, the weekend coming our direction into the first couple of days of next week. Um, Temperature outlook, this is for the 18th through the 22nd, and you see the dark blue in the east. It is going to be rather warm relative to normal in the west, but that's typically what we see when we get these big cold blasts. You need that ridge of high pressure to kind of nudge the cold air and dislodge it from Canada and then work its way back down into the east. So when the western side of the country is warm, typically the eastern side of the country is on the cool side. So that's the 18th through the 22nd. I want to show you the handy dandy temperature anomaly map because this is what's super impressive. All of the purple across the board. Now, when I bring out the dabber, this is not the temperature. When you're going to see the minus, that means relative to normal, that is how much below normal we are going to be. So as I take the dabber and notice how Florida is beat purple, anywhere from 15 to 20 degrees below normal. Now, our averages are at 39 or 49 and 71. So doing the math there, that has us for the potential to get into the upper 20s and low 30s and for lows, and then the morning we're talking struggling to get out of the 50s even with sunshine. Zachary, this will be the coldest air of the season. If not on Friday morning, we'll have another shot with a secondary front, really the third front, coming in on Sunday into Monday. So we have these reinforcing shots of cold that will continue to come in to Central Florida. Here's another one here. So this is going to be Monday. Do you see it? There's January 19th, about 15 degrees below normal. So maybe not as cold, maybe a few degrees warmer, relatively speaking. But even on um, Wednesday, we're talking 10 to 15 degrees below normal. So still, we're not out of it. And it's not until we get into Saturday into Sunday of the upcoming, not this weekend, next weekends. This is now the 24th and the 25th that we finally thaw out. So it's going to be an extended round of cold air. Jody, it is going to be in the low 30s to start. And it is going to be in the mid to upper 50s in the afternoon. It is going to be pretty cold on Friday. Pretty cold on Friday. Kimberly says it is great hot cocoa weather. I'm 100% with you. It does. It's going to be cold. It's going to be cold this weekend. I mean, it feels fantastic out there right now. So we're going to fast forward to Wednesday. This is 11 o'clock into the evening. Our front is making its way through. There will be some scattered showers. Let me change the timeline on this and back this up because it should have been AM. I think I accidentally put PM because it is going to rain on Wednesday. So there's Wednesday, 11 o'clock in the morning. This is out ahead of our cold front. So there you see it pushing through. Scattered showers in the mix. And then another round coming early on Friday. So that's going to be 7 o'clock in the morning. Scattered showers around. This is our front. And then you see how quickly we clear things back out into the afternoon. High pressure builds. And then this is our cold day. On the heels of that, though, another front comes through. This is a mean little storm for the Great Lakes. And then that colder air plunges back in. There's a lot of cold. Not a ton of rain. We could use the rain. I think the best opportunity for some heavier rain is going to be south of Lake Okeechobee. Still a decent. We'll take what it gives us for sure. 1/10 of an inch of rain potentially in Tampa Thursday night. Maybe a 1/4 of an inch to the rain of rain in Orlando. I think even less than that across North Florida. You see there only a few hundredths of an inch, maybe up to a 1/10 of an inch. It's not going to really help the drought situation or the dry situation that we've gotten ourselves into. Here's Friday morning. It's a little chilly. We're talking 20s and 30s across the board in North Florida. Orlando could make a run for freezing. We'll see. Right now, we have the forecast at 36. The model is arguing for 34. And then you're back to iguana falling out of the tree weather in South Florida with air temperatures flirting with the upper 30s in Fort Myers and low to mid 40s in West Palm and Miami. It is going to be frigid for sure. Getting into the afternoon on Friday, look at that. Mid to upper 50s across the Florida Peninsula, low to mid 50s across the Panhandle into Jacksonville. And then we're in the low to mid 60s in South Florida. Everybody has the blue box that indicates the below normal temperatures. And again, this is something that we continue for the next several days. If we take this out to Saturday, we're still below normal. Although Saturday should be a pretty nice day after a cold start. There's Sunday, still in the mid 60s. New front comes through though, and then that's going to take us back down into the 50s and low 60s. So this cold is going to be here, and it is going to be here for a little bit of time. Pretty atypical cold snap for Florida, for sure. Normally it lasts a couple of days. We have kind of that double barrel cold front coming through where it's we bump back up a little bit and then we go back down. So I really don't see us breaking out of this maybe until next Thursday. And then it'll be really warm the following weekend. The last weekend of, is that the last weekend of January? No, I guess there's, well, like the last full weekend of January. We're gonna break out of that. No, this one's unfortunately a big extended blast of cold coming through. It's gonna be pretty wild. Alrighty, guys, I have to get my second break in. When we come back, I have time for like 1 or 2 questions to comb, and then I have to run to the studio because we're leading the 10 because it's all about the weather for the next kind of week. It's gonna be pretty chilly, literally. All right, I'll see you in a few minutes. Alrighty, guys. Thanks so much for being here tonight on a Monday. It's a cool night, and we are going to be talking about the big chill settling through. We start the transition on Wednesday. The front itself blasts through on Thursday, and then the coldest air of the season settles in on on Friday. A reinforcing shot of cold arrives Sunday into Monday morning, and that keeps us below normal through about Wednesday. I think we gradually pull out of it next Thursday. And then the following weekend, the last full weekend of January, I mean, it should be pretty gorgeous if you don't like it on the colder side. I, for one, am going to try to not turn on the heat at all this week. So far, we have not caved. To my knowledge, we have not caved at my house. I don't know if you guys turn on the heat. We'll have to take that poll tomorrow night. So 16 Medic RN says, we talked about this being a warmer than normal winter, but there is room for surprises. Yes, there is certainly room for surprise. I thought that the surprise would be in the first week of January. I mean, I guess it's kind of close. Maybe it's about a week off. I thought it'd be like I thought the turn to warmer times would be pretty much right around January 15th, 16th. So I think I'm a week off on that, but it's close. Then we should start to warm up. This is a pretty significant kind of pinwheeling effect of some colder air sliding back through, and we're going to take a little bit of a closer look tomorrow. Alrighty, guys, I have to run to get ready for the 10 o'clock news. We're going to try to play some trivia tomorrow. We'll see if we have some time in there for that. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Have a great night. We're back up here. We're going to talk about, of course, the cold coming back through. I just threw my pen. We're going to talk about the cold coming up again on News 6, 10 o'clock. If you're watching on YouTube, same channel, different thumbnail. And if we are watching on News 6 Plus, just keep it right here. We'll be back in about 4 minutes. See you then.